Hello. Hey everybody, and welcome to Be Still Voice Works. I got you something. This is for you. You're welcome. Well, we're back in the forest again. Just browsing, perusing, trying to become a fun guy, you may say. I am enjoying my day. Got some work done early. I'm waiting on another customer. So now's a perfect time to do our video. I wanted to talk today in the realm of Heyokas, Blacklights, and Empaths. Thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people potentially in the future could ask me, what's the difference between an empath, a Heyoka, and your Blacklights category of empath? Well, I don't have an incredible answer, but I do have what I feel may be the differences. And many people out there may find that the things that I say, look. Many people may disagree with the things that I say and the definitions that I give to certain words. And that's okay, because we're living in a world where everything that we know is made up. So, what I'm teaching you is what I've learned from my own personal path, my own experiences. And when I share that information, what I'm trying to do is let you know what I've learned, what's happened to me, what have I gone through, what have I experienced. And it's wonderful because there are hundreds of thousands of people out there in the world for us to relate to. YouTube gives us the opportunity to find ones that we agree with. And for some people, find ones you don't agree with so you can comment. But YouTube gives us that opportunity to find people that we line up with. And I think that's amazing because the way that I approach something may be completely different than the way that someone else may approach the same thing. Is one person wrong over the other? No, there's no such thing as wrong or bad, just different. So for me, hang on one second. What is it? Okay, so for me, an empath is simply a person who has either a certain nature or has been given a certain nature through trauma, etc., in which they feel, sometimes more than necessary, what other people are experiencing or feeling, and they can relate to that the way they actually feel. People who are not empaths may have empathic features or empathetic features about them, but they don't actually feel that the same way. So you can be empathetic, but an empath feels. And a lot of the time, that makes them paralyzed, paralysis by analysis. They can't act because they're too busy feeling. So that, for me, an empath is someone who experiences and feels what you experience and feel. A blacklight is someone who is an empath, but doesn't have to be an empath. A blacklight usually is an empath, but a blacklight is a person who had severe trauma as a youth. And that severe trauma can go two different ways. You can either become the monster that raised you, the monster that treated you a certain way, or you can divulge from that path and become exactly the opposite. The ones who become the opposite, those are the blacklights. The blacklights often feel their emotions in morbidity, and they love that kind of art, morbid art. Death is interesting to the blacklight because at some point in their life, the blacklight desired that death greatly. And they fell in love with the idea that death was the way out of where they were. And they're okay with that. A lot of the times, which I say that word a lot of the time. But some of the time, the blacklight has actually gone through a death or a near-death experience, I guess. For me, it was the car accident. You all know about my car accident. Unless this is your first time watching the channel, then I was in a car accident. But the Heyoka is a bit more complicated. The Heyoka is an enigma. The Heyoka is a person who craves loneliness. They crave to be alone. Their mind works in a different way. The point A and the point B are in different places. They use humor, pranks, mischievousness, trickery against you in order to help you. Sometimes the Heyoka does not know that they're helping you, but when an awakened Heyoka comes, they do, and they use that on purpose. But there's much more to the Heyoka. The Heyoka is often described to have melancholia, or, oh, hang on. Look at this. That is cool. The Heyoka is depressed, very depressed, quite often. And they sort of live in this depressive, hermetic state. But they use all the darknesses that they learn to bring the darknesses in you to an appropriate place. So there is not tremendous difference in between what I describe as being a Heyoka, a Blacklight, or an Empath. But there's enough of a difference that they're in another category. And I know I'm not looking at the camera. I'm actually looking for a Miliara Meliae, which is a honey mushroom. It's quite cool. I wanted to get a photo of it. If I do find it, I'll attach a photo for you to see. So there isn't a tremendous difference. But like I said, there's enough of a difference to know, and enough of a difference that it can hurt the psyche of the individual who is one of those if they can't figure out who or what they are. And that's the purpose of this channel. I want you to realize what you are not. And as I've said many times before, when you finally learn what you are, you can officially decide what you are not. Some of us in life have to be experiential. We have to actually experience events to know we do like that or we don't like that. And if you're like me, if you're like that, then you know. And you have to learn and experience for yourself. So I just want to exist in the capacity that I can help you to pay attention to your insides just a bit, so you know what's going on in there. A lot of us are confused growing up, and we don't even know that we're confused. That's the big trick. We all think, oh, we're doing a great job. We've done it. We're doing amazing. And sometimes that is the case. But sometimes we're more lost than we ever thought. We're walking off the trail, but we think it's the path. And they're gonna cut this guy down. Anyway, walk the path with me, guys, because I'm actively in this. I am actively still pursuing my fully realized self. Now, he has been realized, but his realization has not yet come to full fruition. And the day that he does will be the day that I die. And I'm ready for that day, 2055. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to explain a little bit of how I feel the differences are. Go watch some of those other videos I've done, the Heyoka podcast or the Blacklight Empaths, and see if that links or lines up with you and your internal state. And shoot me any questions that you have. I have a BSV direct line on Amino that I'll put in the description. So if you guys are interested in asking your questions, please post them there, and I will respond to them in videos. I may every now and again respond on the app, but I am extremely busy just trying to get my life, outside of YouTube and in the actual part that I'm living. It needs work. It's hard. It's difficult. There are 3 biological children, and there are 3 adopted children or 3 stepchildren, and it's quite a busy life. But I will respond in video form, and I will occasionally respond on there if I see that it's needed. So if you'd like to, go on there and ask me your questions, and we'll start to try to make this slightly more interactive. so that we can enjoy our time together every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And as you guys know, they're not all videos like this, so you can skip some of them if you want, but I like to put my music out and my progress on the guitar because I really, really, really love music. And if there was anything that I could have been, other than this Be Still voice works, if there's anything I could have been that's more of a physical, material life, I would have wanted to be a musician. And I am a musician. I still use it for my art, put out my love, my energy. But it would have been cool. I don't think that I'm responsible enough to have been a rock star, so I'm really glad that it worked out this way. But if you do enjoy my music, please comment on there. Feel free to share it, use it in your videos. I don't really care. I just hope that you enjoy the tunes, because I sure do. Anyway, I love you guys, and as always, be still. See ya. Look who I found. Our friend Boxy. I'm not going to stress him out too much. I'll just leave him be.